everybody, I'm Tyler Julio, and this is my senior project. This is a cooking basics video course where we will be going over, cooking basics. This first episode is going to be about nutrition, about how much you should be eating, and, proper serving sizes for your body weight and what you are trying to achieve. So, yeah, let's just get into it.
Alright, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is this BMI calculator. I will put the link to it in the description below. So what you do with this is you put in your age. I'm going to assume most of you guys are probably about 17. I'll just put this as 0. And you can also put in months. I'll do that. And just because 5'9" is average, we'll do that. For males, that is. And weight, we'll do 140. So you just put in this information, you calculate your BMI, and then it sends you to this page where it gives you this graph, this bar, and it kind of shows you what percentile is considered what. So as a 17-year-old boy, 69 inches and 140 pounds, that puts you in the healthy weight category. So this is where everyone should probably strive to be. This is underweight, overweight, and then what is considered obese. So this is like that sweet spot of being healthy and what you want to be. And you can look into this more. This is kind of just showing you guys the tools, but once you have your BMI, you can kind of plan your diet around that, and it's a very, very useful tool. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is the proportions that my plate suggests for you based on your age and gender. So, also, I will have the link to this in the description below. So you can go through each of these. I'm just gonna show you guys the 5 main food groups, yeah. And yeah, you kind of just click on this. And for women, 19 to 30 years, it's 2 cups of fruit. And for men, it is also 2 cups for 19 to 30. It changes based on your age and gender, but it's pretty consistent. And then down at the bottom, it gives you what counts as a cup of fruit. So in this case, it's 1 cup of fruit or 100% fruit juice, as well as half a cup of dried fruit. So all of these are considered 1 cup, an equivalent of 1 cup of fruit based on My Plate Food Guides. And then we'll move on to vegetables. Here we have 1.5 cups for women and 3 cups for men. So in this case, men are supposed to eat more vegetables. And then we can see here what the 1 cup equivalent would be, I believe. Yes, 1 cup of raw or cooked vegetables or vegetable juice, 2 cups of raw leafy greens. So this is interesting. You may think that 1 cup of raw leafy greens would count as 1 cup, but no, it has to be, well, it is supposed to be 2 cups counts as 1 cup. So those are just some things that you need to consider when planning out your diet and getting the proper amount of nutrition every day. And we will go into grains. So here we have grains is a little different. So there's a daily recommendation and there's a daily minimum. So if you are not getting at least 4 ounces or 4-ounce equivalents as men and 3-ounce equivalents as women, that is considered extremely unhealthy. Like this is what you should be aiming for. This is what you at least need to have, or else your body is just not going to function nearly as well as it could be, and it's just not healthy. So yeah, and then what counts as a 1-ounce equivalent: 1 slice of bread, 1 cup of ready-to-eat cereal, half a cup of cooked rice, cooked pasta, or cooked cereal, whatever that is for you. And that all counts as a 1-ounce equivalent, and you should be getting like 6 or 8 servings of that every day. Protein. So this is the stuff you need to build muscles. Protein's very important. We got 5.5 ounces for women and 6.5 ounces for men. So, and then we can see most of this is just generally 1 ounce of poultry or fish or meat, of course. Just meat in general. And then we have a quarter cup cooked beans, or 1 egg, or 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, or half an ounce of nuts or seeds. So these are all considered 1 ounce, and you should be getting 5.5 or 6.5 based on your gender. And then we move on to dairy, and we can see here the men and women are over here, and it is 3 cups and 3 cups. And we can see here that 1 cup of milk, yogurt, or soy milk, 1.5 ounces of natural cheese, or 2 ounces of processed cheese, all counts as 1 cup for dairy. So it's kind of a little different based on every food group. And the last category we will be looking at here is oils. So here's the daily allowance. For oils, you should not go over this. So for women, it's 6 teaspoons, and for men, it's 7 teaspoons. So some foods that are rich in oils, nuts, fish, cooking oil, salad dressing, of course, cooking oil. And yeah, so these are just some foods that are high in oil. Some other foods are avocados. I know that, kind of surprising. And just like peanut butter, that kind of stuff. Anything you imagine would have oil in it, it probably does. So you should just be looking out for those things, because getting too much oil is not good for your body. And yeah, so just something you should avoid. Now, I will have the links to these in the description, so I highly recommend that you take a look at it for yourself. You can go into more detail, and yeah, My Plate is really good for helping you to figure out how much you should be eating of what foods every day.
Alright, so now we're going to be moving into taking a look at a couple of food labels, and we're going to be starting off with the glorious Cup Noodles beef flavor. So you turn this around and take a look at the nutrition facts. You can see the serving size here is 1 package, so one of these is a serving size. If you take a look at bigger stuff like this, the extra fancy unsalted mixed nuts from Costco, there's about 40 servings in a container, and a serving is about a quarter of a cup. So that's something really important to be looking at when you're buying foods at the supermarket and stuff. Serving size is very important for getting a understanding of how much you're really getting. So if we take a look at this, we have total fat. This includes saturated and trans fat, cholesterol, sodium, total carbs, dietary fiber, sugars, and protein. So this gives you the percent of the daily value. So if we go down to sodium, 50% of your daily value, that is a massive amount, honestly. So 2 of these would get you your daily sodium intake that you need for the whole day. So, it's something, that's a big reason why you don't want to be eating a lot of ramen, That's a lot of sodium. And also, if we take a look at this saturated fat and trans fat, well, I guess there's no trans fat, but saturated fat, 25% of your daily intake, just to one serving of cup noodles. So, cup noodles, not a very healthy option. Next, we're going to be taking a look at some peanut butter. Skippy, natural creamy, love that stuff. So 1 serving size is 2 tablespoons, 190 calories. Total fats, we have 18% of saturated fat. A lot less sodium than ramen, but still 10% of what food labels say you should be getting. Ooh, this is gluten-free. Nice. So yeah, we have sugars, dietary fibers, all this stuff. Protein. A lot of people eat peanut butter not only because it tastes good, but because of the protein it gives. I know I do. We're coming back to the nuts for this one. We have a lot of fat in the nuts, and a lot less sodium, which is because these are unsalted. So yeah, there shouldn't be sodium. If there was, I would be concerned. So usually it seems like food labels only have saturated and trans fat. So generally you want to be eating less saturated and trans fat than you are of unsaturated fat. Unsaturated fat's found in like fish and a lot of oils that are liquid at room temperature, other than whole milk, coconut oil, palm oils, that kind of stuff. Those are high in saturated fat, but stuff like fish and other liquid oils, those are the ones you want to be getting more of than the saturated, but still not a ton of, because it is oil after all. And one of the last ones we're going to be taking a look at is the Lay's Classic. We have 1 serving per container. So I guess bag. Feels weird saying container about a bag of chips, but we have 13% total fat, 7% unsaturated fat. And yeah, still a bit of sodium in here, not nearly as much as the cup noodles, but yeah, a lot of these foods really are not that healthy options. And the last one we're going to be taking a look at is some pineapple juice that we have for Thanksgiving. So this is gonna have no fat because this is 100% juice, and that probably wouldn't have fat. Serving size, by the way, is 8 fluid ounces, 130 calories in that. Sodium, this does have sodium, so it may surprise you that this has sodium. Honestly, it kind of surprises me, but yeah. So this is going to be kind of high in sugar because it's fruit, and fruit has sugar, but that's some important stuff to be looking at. It all depends on really what you're trying to get. This is better for not having fats. All these foods are very high in fats. We have, well, actually high in fats and sodium, especially for the cup noodles. So these are generally unhealthy foods. That's kind of why I chose them. But yes, I'm sure you guys aren't only eating peanut butter, chips, ramen, and unsalted nuts. So, it's just good to have a general balance in your diet. So you aren't just eating these foods, you aren't just eating super healthy foods are good for you, but it's also important to be getting all the macronutrients you need to be getting. So that's going to conclude our first episode about nutrition. Next episode, I believe we're going to be getting into more cooking. So hope to see you guys there. Signing out for now. Bye-bye.